So we actually stayed all night here last night, and I know I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday, but they're my paint clothes, so I didn't want to ruin more clothes, so I'm just gonna wear these again today. And I just finished painting in the bathroom, and it could probably use a third coat on the trim and stuff, but I'm just not even gonna fool with it. It is what it is. It was so weird staying here last night. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like last night, like I had some really bad anxiety and stuff about staying here, but it got better once we actually laid down. But the water lines and everything hooked up to the stove last night and the electrical stuff, so it was ready to go. So everybody left. So it was like 11:30 at night, and everybody left because we thought we were done. And Ben went to build a fire, and so whenever it got hot, he went to turn it on, but it kept kicking the blower off. Whenever he would turn the blower on the stove, it kept kicking. We tried fighting with it until like probably about 1:30 in the morning, and the house was freezing. Like, it was 48 degrees in here. So while he was doing that, I was getting the air mattress and all the blankets and stuff ready upstairs. So it ended up not getting fixed. It kept kicking. For a little while, he stood out there and opened the bottom of the door on the stove just to let some air in, because that's what the blower does. It circulates. You open the doors to let air in, and the blower isn't working because the blower like regulates the heat and stuff. So if that's not working, then it could actually melt the stove completely down, like absolutely like burn it down. So he stood out there for a little while, controlling the air on it and stuff, and got it up to I think 52 in here, and then it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So we went ahead and laid down, and we took a propane heater upstairs, and I know it's not safe, but we just had to do what we had to do last night to get by. So we had one, it was across the room. We just let it run all night, but neither one of us slept very good at all. Like I knew I wouldn't sleep good. Like, that's like going to hotels and stuff. I could never sleep good. Like, I'm just always on edge. So I knew I wasn't gonna sleep good, but everything went good. The heater was fine, and we woke up warm, and we actually woke up to birds, and it would have been fine, but they were in the house, so that was not fun. And then we woke up to wasps swarming, because where we had that heater going, right above us is the attic, and a propane heater, it sends heat up. So whenever we woke up, we legit had like 20 waspers that were flying around, and we had to kill them all. I think there's a wasper's nest up in the attic. But this morning has been really good. Our HVAC guy came back, and he only had to work for an hour to finish some stuff up. And he actually fixed our blower motor on the stove. He figured out why it was tripping for us, and it's blowing, and it's actually warm in here. I was looking at the thermostat, it says 58 in here right now, so that is awesome. And it's like warm enough to where you don't need a jacket down here now. Last night we slept on the air mattress, and it just didn't really work. You can't move, and like we were terrified that we were gonna bust it. So we like tried to lay so still, and so we're just gonna go buy a mattress today. We're just gonna go pick one up, and we'll just put it on the floor. And then once we get the mattress back, we're just gonna unload it and probably take it upstairs, and then we need to go pick up our dogs, because yesterday it got way too late and we had too much to do, so we didn't have time. So that's the plans today, and honestly, we don't plan on doing much after that, just because we really want to just kind of like settle in and get some things done here at the house. Like, whenever we come back, I do need to clean the bathroom still once the paint dries and stuff. And then we just want to settle in and like make our bedroom, like figure out our clothes situation and stuff like that, and get our some stuff. Okay, so we just got back home, and we actually went ahead and went and bought a mattress and a box spring. And I know it looks awful. We just didn't want to put our headboard and stuff up here, just because we don't plan on staying up here very long, maybe a month or two tops. So we just put the box spring on the floor, and then we bought a mattress and sheet set and everything like that. And this bedroom is absolutely massive. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell like on camera, but at my parents' house, we had a queen size bed, and then we had that nightstand on one side, and then a nightstand probably half the size of that one on the other side, just because it wouldn't fit, and that was all the space we had. And then there was a little bit of walking space at the bottom, and we were grateful for getting to live there, but it's like so much bigger and more spacious here for us. But we put the bed on this wall just because the windows, I don't know what it is, but this morning whenever the wasps were swarming and stuff, that's where they were going, was the windows. And I still haven't even swept them up. There's tons of wasps all over the floor. I don't know if you can see, but there's tons. Eventually we will, whenever we take care of the wasper's nest, shift the bed to where it sits this way, and then put 2 nightstands. But for now, we're just gonna put, we have 2 of these nightstands. I'm just gonna put mine over here in this corner. It'll probably have to scoot the bed more that way. And then Ben will just put his stuff on the floor. He said that he didn't care. But here's a view from this way. But this evening, I need to clean the bathroom still. So all of that stuff right there, I went and bought some wash rags and towels and stuff like that, just because, like I said, we cannot find ours. They're in there somewhere. They're just bagged up. But I went and bought some so that I could organize the bathroom and get something figured out for in there, some kind of organization system. But I just thought I would show you guys our little setup. And I know it's not much, and a lot of people will probably be like, why are you guys staying there? But I don't know, it's just all of this is worth it to us because we haven't had a house for 6 months and we've just been staying with family, so it's nice to have our own space again. We're just gonna try and make this as cozy and as homey as possible until our other bedroom is done downstairs and while we remodel the rest of the house. But now we're gonna go pick up our dog. That we got that back box spring and mattress up here because it had to go up the stairs. We had to stand it up and then flip it this way into the room, and it's like a step up right here, so it was pretty rough, but we got it. Okay, so I actually have no idea what footage was recorded from this weekend and what wasn't because it was so busy, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are living at the farmhouse and our family wanted us to leave because the plumbing is completely backed up again and we don't know why. We think it's in the 90-degree and there's a new leak in the cast iron pipe, so we don't know if we're just gonna have to replace the whole pipe or if we could just put some JB weld on it and it'll be fine because that's what we did on the other holes, but there's a new hole in it. And if you hear chewing, that's the dog. I'll show her in a second. Yesterday, our family came over and helped carry up 2 dressers upstairs because me and Ben were able to get the mattresses up here, the mattressing box spring, but I just couldn't lift the dressers because they're so heavy. I started getting a little bit homey in here, and today we're supposed to be getting a hotspot. So hopefully we can get a TV hooked up in here and I can start uploading some videos for you guys because without that, I really can't do YouTube. So, and we called the internet service people and it was gonna be like 80 bucks a month, and we made an appointment with them and they didn't show up at the time that they were supposed to, so we missed them, and so we just didn't follow through with it. So we're just gonna try and get a hotspot and see how well that works. But this is the setup that we have right now, and here in a little bit I need to straighten up and try and organize some more. And then we have the bed, which is not made. I've just been sitting there trying to edit a video, but it wouldn't work. But this is Sweet Merle. She is an Australian Shepherd and she's 6 months old. She's a pup. But we got her and her brother, so we have to keep them separated. So he's outside and he's supposed to be getting cut. She's chewing on a pig's ear. We want her as an inside dog, as like a protector for the house. And then we want him to be trained to work cows and just the animals outside. You probably cannot see anything. I don't know. It's trying to focus. But out there is Ben's dog. His name is Copper. And we have him right there because the wind's been blowing pretty bad. We put him by the barn there so that the barn blocks the wind. But he will not go in his doghouse. We gave him a blanket. That's what he's laying on right now. And we keep putting it in his doghouse, but he keeps dragging it back out. Which he's always been an outside dog. They both have. They just can't be together because they are old enough to get pregnant now. And he already is trying to breed her. So we just have to keep them separated until... But since we don't have functioning water right now, we have water, it's just the toilet, and whenever you flush it, it backs up into the bathtub. So I have not cleaned the bathtub and stuff or anything yet. We haven't taken baths. We just been like washing it off the best that we can with hot water and baby wipes and stuff like that. And hopefully they can get it fixed this evening. His dad is coming over, and we do have heat, and the hottest that we can get it so far is like 62. So we put it on 60 just so that it would shut off and give the stove a bit of a break. So far it's going good, and 60 is way better than 48. And if you stay busy, which there's always something to do here, then it's great because you're not cold. Like, you can just do stuff and you stay warm. But I'm not gonna lie, this weekend was pretty rough. Like, I'm pretty sure I cried like at least once a day just because like it was so stressful. Like, we were debating on leaving again, but we decided to just tough it out, and we went to Walmart last night and got a bunch of supplies to try and make our stay better and more homey. And it's coming together since we brought the clothes up and stuff last night. Shelf thing, somebody made it. I've got it at a yard sale to put our towels and wash rags and stuff on, and soap, just until, because it'll eventually go in the bathroom, but for now I'm just gonna stick it in here because we're not using the bathroom. Like, It's just, they have to come and work on it this evening. Well, if we can't get it, then we have somebody on standby and they will be coming to unclog it. So I brought up her bed, and then this is where she'll start sleeping. And then I just put our nightstands on each side of the bed. But his hangs over a little bit, but it's fine. It's not that bad. And then just dirty clothes behind the door, and which obviously I need to try and do laundry. I think I'm just going to try and do it in the mop bucket because we don't even have a washing machine and we're not ready for one either. So I'm just going to do it by hand, or either worst comes to worst, I'll either go to my mom's and do it or go to the laundromat. And then this will just be like whenever we leave, she needs somewhere to go. So if we leave the house, that's somewhere safe and like we know like nothing bad will happen to her in there. And then we just put our shoes and stuff under the dresser, clean and organized, and it's like our space. And it's huge. Like I never realized how big this room was, and it's like I can't even like stand in a corner and like make it do it justice, but it's like there's so much room for activities. Like I can't wait until we actually have a room to actually like decorate. Like downstairs, the master, it's bigger. The master bedroom is the biggest room in this house besides the addition. So we'll have plenty of room. And Ben wanted to keep the bed like this because he does not like the bed being in front of the window. He said that he likes to look at the windows. But downstairs, I'll probably get him to let me put it in front of the window. Okay, so what I worked on this evening wasn't very fun or exciting, but I just worked on getting the hotspot set up and the TV and the table for the towels and stuff. We went a complete different route, and instead of working on the plumbing this evening, we worked on insulating the house because we're trying to hold what heat we have in. So this is now what the kitchen looks like. And what it is insulated bubble wrap. So it's what's on the outside also. So it's waterproof, so it doesn't let in any kind of weather, like, and we're hoping it slows down the draft a lot with the air. But we just use the scrap plywood and stuff. And we put plastic on the floor over the holes where we cut for the plumbing lines. So I don't want to open the door because I don't want to let any cold air that's in there out. And then since it connects to the bedroom, that's why this door is shut also. And then this is what we came up with for the addition, because the addition is where 99% of our air that was coming in was coming from. You couldn't stand to be in this living room because it was so cold. And the wind was blowing so hard inside of the addition, it was knocking that door down, the wooden door. So took duckboard that we had left over and built like, it kind of reminds me of like a walk-in freezer at a fast food restaurant. And these boards, they just hold pressure to keep the door shut. And then whenever we go in there for the first time during the day, we'll take the bottom board off and then the jug away. That way only you have to move the big board after that. So when we're working here, it won't be like aggravating either, because we'll just kick those to the side and just do the big 2x4, and that'll be all that holds it shut. Ben actually built me this table, and he said that he would put a shelf on it tomorrow whenever he has time. That way I could store stuff on the bottom, that part too. And I brought a tablecloth out because the top of it, that way I could like take the tablecloth off and wash it, because it's just plywood is all it is. So it's just something a little bit cleaner and nicer than a piece of wood. That's what we got done so far this evening, and we're actually going to go ahead and call it a night and eat some chicken noodle soup, because that's what I put in the crock pot for tonight. We're both so tired of fast food that we decided to just go ahead and set up a makeshift kitchen, and it'll save us money in the long run because we spend so much eating out. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you guys like this style of video, because if not, like, I'll cut out the parts of like what I'm doing through the day and just what we get done work-wise on the house, because I know some of you guys probably aren't interested in the small tedious things that I do during the day, like laundry or organizing the room or setting up like what I'm cooking for dinner, like stuff like that. So let me know what you guys like and dislike about this video, and then we can go from there. But that's gonna be it for today's vlog. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys will like and subscribe.